Good morning. Today we're going to look at some vocals. These are my brother singing, and I call him Nito. That's why there are so many Nitos. And some more Nitos over here. I haven't looked at this in a while, but I guessed it would be interesting. It was done a few months ago. This is from his recent album. Looks like I haven't actually done that much. Let's have a look.
I sat by myself past the bridge by the great white balloon, with my guilt by the great yellow moon.
Well, there's definitely a crazy effect on there. Let's have a solo.
I sat by myself past the bridge by the great white balloon, with my guilt by the great yellow moon.
So it was recorded nicely, if I may say so myself. Is that a phrase? If I say so myself. There's a high pass. There's simple. A deploser to get rid of the plosives. Nothing else on there. And here's the crazy effect by Sound Toys. Got a pitch down 5 semitones, I guess that is, which is, let me check, down, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a 4th down, so that's a 5th up, so it's like a 5th down. You see what I mean? If you know your theory. Formant down a little bit. I think that makes it fewer formants is a smoother vocal. Plus drive, so that kind of counteracts that principle, but it's a different effect. And then a mix knob. And so it's got that evil kind of thing going on. Fifths, whether reversed or not, are pretty, very strong intervals for one thing, and can be very kind of dark sounding, especially, when they're below. I think they sound pretty dark. Not dark as such, kind of, anyway, I'll stop talking about that. So that's those two. And then we've got this one. Let's listen, actually, leading up.
I guilt by the great yellow moon. This place where I venture with fire and with fear of the devils omnipotent, and that wound in my heart.
So that was a challenge. Completely different part, very different singing style. So what have I done here? Another high pass. This is probably another plosive, yeah. A delay tape for depth and floatiness. Let's listen.
This place where I venture with.
So it's a tape emulation with some drive, ping pong right and left. It's probably a preset, no, default. So I just found this one I liked. I don't know the technicalities of all these, but they're essentially echoes, plus reverb over here. The reverb is on 0 though, so and the dry wet knob here. Bass is down, so I wanted to keep it floaty, obviously. And that's it. It's amazing to me. And there's just a gate to get the silence when he's not singing. I usually do more to vocals. So this is interesting. So then he does that again, the shouty one, or the fifths one, and then back to the floaty one. Here's a new one, let's hear this. So it's slightly different. I've still placed it a little back. Again, high pass. Again, the gate. Again, the plosive. Here's a compressor. So I did record him with a compressor. Not of course, but a pretty heavy compression while going in with the optical LA610. And here's another optical compressor on top. I don't know why I chose this one. I think it was new for me, so I wanted to try it. So it's not changing the sound very much. It's adding another level of squishedness. It's very simple. Dials here, peak reduction, gain reduction. This is amount of compression essentially, and then this is just volume on the output. That's it. This is the what it's showing, either the output. Oh, actually I don't know. I thought that might be what it's showing, but output plus 10. An output, I've never used that. So that would be boosting the output by 10 dB or 4 dB. Yep, let's listen. This is on compressed mode, not limit. So, don't know, this is going to be harder. I think it's probably just a harder knee, I think, rather than a higher ratio. So yeah, there's a big volume change here. So that's probably why I stuck another compressor on. And what else have I got? This lovely thing. It's so fun. Mostly dry. Turned this delay off, it seems. I've got the reverb from this, which is cool. Let's hear that.
Strung apart.
Let's turn the delay off that I put afterwards. So a nice echo kind of effect there. That's on program medium space. There are lots of options down here. It's super cool plugin. And let's put the echo on.
Strung apart.
So that's doing a lot of the work, unless I've actually gone mad here. Doesn't look like I've gone mad. Okay, so sorry about the hedge trimmer in the background. It's distracting me a little bit. Hopefully you're not hearing it so much. It stopped. Oh, it started again. So on eighth notes, quavers. Feedback, not so much, but a little bit. You can hear that kind of slap-backy effect that I was after, especially on that ow, 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 ow. Faster than that, but mix quite low, saturation quite low, studio tape, so not messing around too much. Yeah, it sounds cool, I think. There's some sustained note. Good work. Neato. Okay, next. I'll turn that back on. Next one we have, let's context. I should have not jumped so much. Here we go. Time signature change.
My senses were sharp and volcanic, lingering, luminous. Oh. We had rolled in the warlight of manic delusions and danced like the dead.
So a very cool part. Pretty dynamic again, but not as bad as this. So what did I do here? Same, and a phaser, Arturia phaser. I have not spent lots of time on this, but I left it on default. Quite often I put on plugins and they just sound cool straight away, so I leave them or slightly change them, guessing what stuff does. I mean, depth. You can guess what that does to an extent. Feedback, guessing. Rate, guessing. These are kind of clear. These waveforms. I've never touched that. It just sounded cool. So let's have a listen. Solo.
Sharp and volcanic, lingering, luminous. So oh.
Yeah, nice and spacey, and very different from the other vocals. So I wanted that change. And then these ones, at the same time, are treated very differently because they're so different. Here we go. So these ones I often send like twin vocals to one channel, so I can control them with one fader and affect them together and glue them, and they're the same. So what did I do? Normal Chandler. This is a very characterful compressor, high input, high character. That's just volume out. Strong attack, strong release, on limit. So that's the high ratio. I think this one is high ratio. Let's have a look at the needle. Yeah. So that's cool. I mean, if I were to do it again, I'd probably have a slower release. But there we are. The slower release would bring up more of the effect. But it sounds cool. I think it would bring up more of the effect. It depends on the routing. Maybe not actually. So and then the spaced out again. Flanger, similar to a phaser in my mind. They both begin with F, sounding consonants. And what have I got here? Flanged bliss. So yeah, the delay is on, the echoes are on, plus the outer space setting, which is the reverb, and quite dry actually. But you can hear the effect really, really strongly. I love that tail and the sizzle. And together, well, let's hear the vocals together.
So we had rolled in the raw light of manic delusions and danced like the dead.
So nice contrast. This one really dry. Well, as dry as you can get. Okay, next, what do we have? We've got an interlude here. Let's pop along. This is the same as before, dreamy one. and then another interlude, long interlude. Let's see what's happening here. None of the same. This one is not the same. Here we go. So I did process this more. Let's have a listen to. So these are the same and panned, and they're sent, as I was saying, to another new track. So let's have a listen to. Let's have a listen to both of them together. Oh, actually, look at the process here. This is AI Vocal Assistant by Isotope Nectar, dealing with vocals, specializing in vocals. Vocal Assistant. So I've got lots of modules here along the top. And so it came up when you ask it to do its thing. It comes up with shapes, EQs, which are, I just would not do myself. I wouldn't be able to go, oh yeah, it needs a dip at 186 and 549 and blah blah. And then it's got de-esser, which is they often leave off, but that's useful. And then another EQ shape. So I tend to like what it does. Compressor as well. And it probably selected this solid state compressor, which would be kind of like solid state Logic. I guess it's a VCA kind of thing. Yeah, probably. All right, and then reverb. I usually leave off. That might have some on it. I don't know. I'd have to take everything off and listen, but it's tiny anyway if it is on there. So they're treated the same. I've done that twice, and then sent them to spaced out again because I am still obsessed. This is a different. What do you call it? Preset. Let's have a listen. Solo.
Do you trust me to cling to your word? For I do.
Quite subtle, but again a nice long tail. Okay, and then we have this scream here.
Trust me to cling to your word, for I do. Every letter.
So, I omitted this curve here as well that I did on the doubles. And this one, what did I do? La la la, little alter, another same thing as before. The fifths below, and then okay, and then the same. I think that's the same preset as the main ones, just less dry, more wet. That sounds cool. Let's have a listen without the cool stuff. Yeah, how good is that? And then with for more time. Yeah, I think it fits nicely. Kind of Mr. Bungley moment. And then we've got the outro. They seem to have 3. Or I don't know if it's the outro. Oh, 4. I won't deal with... Well, maybe I will. Let's have a listen.
We're animals
lovely part, my favourite part, possibly of the album. Really nice. So, what have we got? This one.
We're animals.
Oh, I'm singing here. God. I am actually a singer, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Yeah, so there's only one of him.
We're animals.
Processed with Nectar 3. And a delay on.
Trying to be angels, but we are not able to know.
So you can hear that automated delay there, which is nice. But apart from that, it's dry. And then what am I doing? This was recorded with a very basic mic.
We're animals trying to be angels.
So again, I've opted for really dry. Popped through another. Actually, I really haven't used any channel strips, strangely. I think I was happy to use the channel strip that I recorded through. So this is Arturia's old school valve emulation. With some highs reduced, lows reduced. I don't know. Is that high up? I don't want to mess with it now, but it says plus, so a little more high, and then minus lows, and with a high pass and some gain. So the more gain you put in, the more saturation you get, blah blah blah. So that's a bit more character. I would have used that because the mic doesn't have much character. It's okay. It's not really for singing. It's the one I'm using now for talking, actually. So I probably wanted to give it something. Let's hear.
But we are not able to know.
Yeah, it's okay. I had a few different tries of different things there. Okay, and then this one, it would be a harmony on the right side.
We're animals trying to be angels.
Surprised they're so wet. I mean, so dry. Here we go, and then we've got another one, a different singer called John. He's the bassist.
We're animals trying to be angels.
He wouldn't call himself a singer, so he won't like me doing that soloing. I did process, and there's nothing else on there. So, interesting.
We're animals trying to be angels, but we are not able to know. Without words, yet we without knowing the verb, and we love without grammar.
So that's that song. It's on the first. It's on the last album he did. Thank you for joining me. Let me know if you want me to do anything in particular for other videos. Yeah. Later, potato.